Hey everyone, welcome to this special workshop. Tonight we're going to be talking about how you can generate large commission checks using super simple money pages and how you can scale them up from 1,000 a month to 5,000 a month to 10,000 a month and beyond while taking advantage of a huge shortcut that'll allow you to sidestep the work and start generating your first commissions in as little as 7 days. Some pretty big claims in there, but as you will see in a few moments' time, this really is quite simple and it is very, very fast. So get ready. This is something that when the first time we released it, it really transformed the financial lives of hundreds, even thousands of people. And I was one of the people whose lives were transformed by this. And you'll see that a little bit later on here. But it's a whole new level in 2019, and we're eliminating the guesswork and showing you how you can really fast track yourself through the system and start earning as quickly as possible. So we are going to be giving you a lot of background information about the business that we're talking about here. And at the end, we will have something for you that if you want more in-depth training, you'll be able to jump into. So stick around to hear all about that. And we do have a gift for everyone that sticks around to the end. And this is something that I can guarantee you will benefit everyone, regardless of what kind of a business you're doing. So shut yourself away for the next 60 minutes, get rid of distractions, take some notes, say hello in the chat box, make sure that's working for you. Just do that right now if you haven't used that already. Lots of hellos rolling in. Awesome. Thank you. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Welcome to the call. And as I say, keep listening to the end because we do have a free downloadable gift for everyone. Okay. So on this call today, it's me. I'm Aidan Booth and my business partner, Steve Clayton. And I've been doing online marketing since 2005. If you don't know my story, I live in Argentina, Buenos Aires. My wife is from here. We're married with a couple of kids, a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old at the moment. And that's the thing that I love about online marketing is it gives me the freedom to be able to spend a lot of time with them and, just to live in Argentina in the first place, because I grew up in New Zealand, as some of you have picked up from my accent. And the reason that I'm able to actually live over here is because of my online business. And it is, in fact, the reason why I started online, because I wanted to be able to have that geographic freedom to travel. And online marketing seemed like a great way to do it. So that started in about 2005, and I started, as I say, looking for geographic freedom. Now, Steve, you've been online since 2003, and obviously a totally different background. Why don't you give the folks the rundown?
Sure. So just real quickly, first of all, I wish I had a nice accent of some kind, but I'm actually from, somebody said I didn't know Steve was from Chicago. I live in Chicago right now, but I grew up in like the New York area, New York, New Jersey area. So that's my accent, which is not widely regarded as one of the most pleasant ones in the world, but we do what we can. So I'm old enough, unfortunately, to have, this is my second or maybe even my third career at this point. But I did corporate for just under 20 years, and I ended my corporate America career as a vice president for a Fortune 500 company. Seems like a lifetime ago at this point. And I was treated pretty well. I mean, that's a pretty nice position to have. They compensate you pretty well, so I had a lot of financial freedom. I made really good money, but I really didn't have any time freedom. I mean, none at all, zero, and no geographic freedom. And I really, really wanted that. I really pined away for it, and I was really miserable. And had what we call golden handcuffs. Really just sort of just blinded by financial freedom, but the other things were really just eating away at me. And kind of a frustrated entrepreneur, I always do that. So I finally just said, I'm just not happy. And I want to try my own thing. I want to do my own thing. And so since then, I've not looked back, and I haven't had to have a real job since. And I have zero regrets. So it's been a great journey.
So, and the reason we tell you this, guys, is because I think for those of you that haven't been on a workshop with us before, it's important that you know who you're talking to, and also that you know that we've been around the block a few times and tried a lot of different things online, and the things that we focus on and what we're talking about today absolutely works. So during this call, we're going to be sharing some of the things we've learnt over the years with you, including the three surprising roadblocks that most people run into when trying to build an online business. It's important that you know what these are, because that's the first step in being able to get past them. And we're going to be giving you a unique solution to eliminate these roadblocks as well. And we're also going to be revealing how to use this solution to take advantage of done-for-you money pages that we use in our business, and using them to hit a quick fire goal of $1,000 per month, and then scaling from $1,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 and beyond, while simultaneously capturing your traffic to create a powerful asset that'll give you lots of the ability to cash in with instant influxes for months or even years to come. And this is exactly what we do in our business. It's got nothing to do with e-commerce. It's got nothing to do with selling services. It's got nothing to do with creating info products. In fact, the system capitalizes on simple, proven, and powerful business model that we've been using successfully for years. It's designed to be fun. It's relevant to absolutely everyone. And most importantly, it gets results. And the business that we're talking about here today generates our company at least $50,000 every single month, month after month after month, and it has for many, many years. So it's a decent sized business for us, and it could be for you as well. And you can see just an assortment of different screenshots and earnings that we've got coming into our business just using this model. But how's this going to help you? Let me know what you're doing right now. Are you just type in the chat box. Are you working a day job? Are you working some other business model? Are you doing e-commerce? What are you doing right now? Are you trying to get started? Are you working a full-time job? Are you full-time online? Just type in the question box what you're working on. So Bobby says day job. Gavin's getting started. Bill's doing e-commerce. Kelly's doing the job. Rachel's doing drop shipping. Full-time job. Yep. Okay. It looks like we've got the full spectrum here, and that's good, guys, because what we are talking about here today is absolutely going to be able to benefit you regardless of what you're doing. It's something that you can set up alongside what you've already got going, or you could use as your escape hatch to get out of the daily grind of something if you're not enjoying it. And what are the biggest challenges that you've faced so far been? And Steve, just while people are typing this in, maybe you could go ahead and take the slide. So guys, type in what has been the biggest challenges that you've faced so far, other than traffic, conversions, product selection. Just what are the biggest challenges that you've had in getting your business off the ground? So some people are saying information overload, time, fear, automation, procrastination, lack of focus. Yeah, not enough help, too many options, competition, lack of motivation, all of the above. Do I go right? Do I go left? Limited capital, shiny object syndrome. Yep. All right, so lots and lots. Thanks for that, guys. And I think Steve's now going to share what we've learned from this. So, Steve, I'm just going to hand it over to you. I'll be in the background answering questions, guys. If you do have a question, please go ahead and type it in. I'll be here typing furiously in the background, and I'll come back on to talk to you all in 20 minutes or so.
All right, thanks, Aidan. For those of you who don't know us, or even if you do, we've helped a lot of people over the last decade, and it's something that we're really, really proud of, and it's really our passion. I mean, and for me, the key part of the secret of happiness really is to figure out what you really like to do, and then just do more of that. And of course, I always say the corollary is figure out what you don't enjoy doing and make sure you do as little of that as possible, right? But it's really our passion, and we've tried to figure out ways to spend more and more of our time doing this. Now, we can't spend all of our time doing this because we have to have something of value to teach. So we actually have to run our other businesses, but we do try and get a lot of help in that regard, especially from an operations perspective. So we can spend a lot more of our, sort of discretionary time working with people like you. And so we've had an opportunity. It's been amazing. It's been an incredible opportunity over the last 10 years, and we've communicated with so many different people. 100,000 or more. I mean, that kind of order of magnitude, people have bought our training in the last decade, and we've had thousands of people that we've coached one-on-one. We've had hundreds of people in our mastermind group that we've been running now for, gosh, I guess it's been 6 or 7 years now. And we've seen it all. I think, we've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and we've seen and just helped people through pretty much every challenge that you can find. And I think, we've got as good of an understanding as anyone, and I would think much better, of why some people are able to do this and others fail. However, we are always trying to figure out more and more about why that is, because if we can figure out why it is, obviously then we can have a bigger impact on more people. And so last year we decided to do, in our analysis of trying to figure out why people do well and why some people struggle, we decided to actually employ a marketing tactic, ironically enough, and that is we decided to segment our students. And we said, okay, let's see the difference in these different populations, because whenever you ask people about what's getting in your way, you usually get the usual suspects: traffic, conversions, technical skills, whatever, those kinds of things. And so we said, okay, let's break it down and let's segment our students into 3 groups. The third group, people who never had any success, and maybe most of them didn't even try. And then you got the middle group, number 2, who clearly tried. They started to go down the path. They made an effort, but they hit some sort of wall. They're only making a few $100s a month, something like that. And then basically the guys who are really doing quite well, but probably they've plateaued. Some people in the 50,000 per month kind of range. Okay, they're doing really well, but maybe they've hit a plateau. And we basically said, look, for you 3 guys, for you different groups, there were, it's sort of a little bit of a different question. It's all the same sort of thing, which is basically, what obstacles are in your way. But for group 3, it's like, why didn't you even get off the ball? Why didn't you start? And for group 2, what are the roadblocks that really hit you? And for group 1, what's stopping you from taking that just all the way up to that next level performance, 6 figures per month? And we wanted them to be totally honest. And honestly, one of the biggest things that shocked me is that I was shocked at all, because I really didn't expect to be surprised. I guess after, so long of doing this, everybody sort of thinks they know it all and you get jaded. But I was surprised by the results once we were able to segment the students and maybe get rid of some of the noise, right? And that was basically that with groups 2 and 3, the groups that were not really doing well. We had a lot of, once we just got rid of a lot of the noise, a lot of the same issues kind of came up. And to be fair, they called it different things, maybe use some different syntax and language. But once we drilled down a little bit more, it was clear that there was some absolute commonality. And what was really interesting was that they had nothing to do with the usual suspects. Those usual suspects, which we usually hear from people, time, traffic, conversion, scaling, capital, the only place we saw those routinely was with group 1, which was the group that was already really killing it, which kind of makes sense. If you're making $50,000 a month, you're probably hitting maybe some limits on your traffic, maybe some limits on your conversion, maybe some limits on your capital, that kind of thing. And it's a different process to kind of take it to the next level. But group 2 and 3, the groups that either didn't start or they started and stopped and had some problems, it really turns out that there were 3 major roadblocks. And again, using different language, different syntax, but meaning the same thing, that the successful group didn't really come up. And everyone outside of the successful group was really paralyzed by them. And I'm guessing if you fall into group 1 or 2, that there's probably a pretty good chance that these roadblocks are also affecting you, right? And you might not even realize it. And sometimes you don't realize it until you see it in writing, and you go, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. And even if you're making a little bit of money, they could still be holding you back, from making even more. And when Aiden and I really sat down and looked at these and we saw these, we're like, yeah, I mean, we've all been there. We've all had these. So let's talk about what they are. Okay. The one of the biggest ones is fear of failure, but it's not just that. Sounds so simplistic. It's like, oh, of course people are afraid of failure, but it's more than that. It's more insidious than that. It's people that they're afraid of failure, but the problem is that they don't even know that that's what's the root of the problem. And what happens is it usually ends up manifesting itself with negative thinking, procrastination, focusing on all the worst case scenario types of things. I can't tell you that, like, I remember, this is one of my favorite stories about this kind of thing. I remember years ago, we were building, it was Niche Blueprint. We were building dedicated e-commerce stores. This was before Amazon, really took off and stuff. And we were killing it with niche e-commerce stores, and we were teaching people how to do that. And I remember somebody on a webinar going, well, yeah, but once you start getting orders, I mean, you have to then talk to customers. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't even know what to do with that information. Like, it's just somebody that's just that what, for whatever reason, they don't want to succeed, And I can't help but think that one of the biggest reasons is this fear of failure. And it's, I've talked about this in other webinars, and I truly believe this, that what happens is, as entrepreneurs are an odd lot, and so much of our identity is sort of built up in this idea of starting our own businesses and being our own boss. And even if you've not done it yet, so much of your identity, you might be known in your family or friends as, oh yeah, you're the small business idea guy. You always got a small business idea, always got, it's like your identity, right? And so the fear of failure comes in if you feel like if you start something, if you try something and you fail at it, well then not only did you fail, but there goes the dream, there goes my identity. I can no longer consider myself, an entrepreneur. And that's a big deal. I'd rather not even risk it to risk my identity. And I know I'm getting a little bit deep and metaphysical, and maybe you should all be laying down on a couch or something, but I no shit. I mean, I really see this happen. I'm not supposed to curse either anymore. Sorry. I see this happening all the time. I really do see this. And so it comes out in these other ways, and it creates this, paralysis, and it really, really does hit people hard. And one quick thing you should note is, obviously every single entrepreneur, you can't show me an entrepreneur that hasn't failed. We have all failed. We continue to fail. Not everything we try works. Jesus. Number 2, failure to persevere. I see this so many times where somebody will hit one hurdle and they're out. They're tapping out. And I honestly don't know what drives this exactly. Whether it's just kind of a lack of faith in the process or in people themselves, but I mean, this is really rampant, people just do. They seem to be programmed to give up at the first hurdle. It's too hard, I'm out. I mean, if you think of Elon Musk, one of the most successful entrepreneurs ever. He did great with PayPal. He walked away with $180 million. I don't know. I mean, I'm a pretty driven entrepreneur, but if somebody gave me $180 million, I might be tempted to just kind of call it a day. I might just go, I think I won the game. I'm going to take my toys. I'm just going to go home, but listen, Tesla, SpaceX, but of course, these were huge risks. I mean, can you imagine when he walks into a room and says, yeah, I'm going to start a rocket company and, put people on Mars? I mean, you'd laugh him out of the room, right? Years ago. Now it's commonplace. But you know, and sure enough, there was huge amounts of failure. And the guy ends up having to borrow money to pay for food and rent, right? And now, well, I mean, it speaks for himself. I mean, the perseverance and the belief in his vision is, you know, is just off the charts. And I tell you, you know, Aiden and I have 2 startups in the works right now. One we started last year, and you know, I think about this. I think about Elon Musk a lot. This startup is near and dear to me, and it's something that I think about all the time. I'm like, yep, I'm keeping true to my vision, keeping true to my vision. I really do think about this a lot, and I think people don't think about it, and it causes them to just bail. And the third thing we see is that people just don't see what finished looks like. They just don't understand, like, they just don't really figure out what they're trying to build, you know. And then they can't figure out, if they can't see the finish line, if they can't visualize that, if they don't see the steps to get there, then they just can't put a plan in place. You know, there's just no path to success if they can't see, you know, what they're trying to accomplish. Does this give me some feedback? Just give me like a yes, and if you've hit any one of these, just give me some feedback as to whether or not you think yes, spot on. Yeah, I got a lot of yeah, good. Yep, love it. Yep, lots. Yep, point on. Yep, absolutely. Okay, cool. All of it, you nailed it. Good. Yeah, it's very interesting once you get rid of the people that were doing, you know, much better, who seem to get through these roadblocks. Then you get rid of those usual suspects, and you start to see, you know, perhaps some more meaningful things to get around. Not that the other things aren't meaningful, because they are, but they're more meaningful in to the extent that if we can overcome these, then we can get more people into that third bucket, right? And out of the first 2 buckets, you know. Because, you know, obviously once you get rid of these, then making money gets much faster, much easier. And overcoming them is the reason why people get into that, you know, that third group. So we spend our whole, basically our career here in trying to help people. What we do is we try to remove these roadblocks and others. And so we think we've got some great solutions to this. The fear of failure, again, I think, you know, one of the ways to think about it is that every single entrepreneur has failed, but I don't think that's enough, because that's an intellectual answer to a base emotion, right? And so I think you have to almost bargain with yourself, you know? And by that, I mean, if you can see something that already works, right? And, you know, you can copy that, basically just keep it simple and copy that. I mean, this is something that we're moving towards. You know, Aiden mentioned Parallel Profits before, and this webinar has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's a program we offered recently that's completely closed and will never be offered again. So we're not talking about it today. But it was one of the same things that drove us with that business model is, you know, take something that already works, copy that, and keep it simple. Replicate a process that's been proven to work many times over, right? And if you can take something and replicate it, you've got a lot of more confidence, and it should allow you to sort of bargain with yourself to get rid of that fear of failure. How about this perseverance? This thing about, you know, we don't want people to just give up on the first hurdle. Clear action steps. You know, if you can break down the process into manageable step-by-step plan, then I think that people have a much better resolve. You know, because if they're on step 2 of a 10-step process, they can kind of see, okay, yeah, I hit a hurdle here in step 2 or 3, but I'm going to get through it, and then I only have this much left. You know. And I can do the next step after that, and I don't see any hurdles coming up, right? So if we can give people clear action steps and break down a process into, you know, a step-by-step plan, we feel like that will absolutely help people to persevere. And it's kind of related to, with roadblock number 3 about seeing the finish line. If we can give the big picture, but then also put together shorter term goals, that are realistic and achievable, but you can see that it gets you moving down, the road towards what finish looks like. If you could do that, then people will have a much better feel, for seeing the bigger picture, but being able to consume the bites, in manageable chunks. Basically, somebody being able to see the elephant, but then also understanding that you can break it up into manageable chunks and eat it one bite at a time. Okay. So what we're excited about here today to talk to you about is that we feel like when looking at those roadblocks and when looking at the solutions to them that we feel are the things that we need to bring to bear, we've got this unique system that combines those solutions so that we can get you, near inevitable results to get you the hell out of group 1 and 2. Okay. And so there are a lot of like tactical things that go towards fixing the roadblocks, but things like, creating or buying physical products, we don't want to do that. Okay. Because it enters into a lot of different spaces on those roadblocks. No barriers to entry with technical hurdles. No talking to people like suppliers or wholesalers. Hell, or even in this case, actually, in this model, actually even customers. Copying the process, and you can build a real business with this, okay, which is another thing that we are constantly focused on all the time. And this started, it's more than 10 years ago now, really. The first training program that we did on this business model was 10 years ago. But this was one of the first 2 things that I did when I became an online entrepreneur. The first was a digital marketing agency, which I still do today. And the second thing I did in parallel with it is what we're talking about here tonight. And I still do it today. And it was more than 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, we actually did the initial training program for this business model. It was called Commission Blueprint. And it was the first training program that we ever did. And it was one of the most successful training programs of all time. We could say all time because the internet hasn't been around that long. So if we say past decade, it's pretty close to being. It broke records. It changed the game. I still get people coming up to me and saying, hey, it's now like at least 11 years ago. 11 years ago, I bought your Commission Blueprint training program, and it allowed me to go down the path of being an entrepreneur, and I haven't looked back. It changed my life. And thousands of original members have been begging us to bring out an updated version of this program. And we did. We put together a newer version. Things change. The overall concept, again, much like the other business model that I started with, the core of it hasn't really changed that much. The tactics have changed a little bit more probably with Commission Blueprint, just because of traffic generation and web page design and that kind of thing. But so we said, yeah, let's put together a training package that builds on the original from a decade ago and all that we've learned, because we've never stopped doing this model. So we put together this new version of the Commission Blueprint, and we did a beta release to a select group of students. And we call it Commission Blueprint Evolution. And so, Aiden, I don't know if you want to take this part, or do you want me to keep doing this part? It's up to you.
Maybe you just take the next 4 slides, and then I'll jump in.
You got it. So it was pretty simple. back in the day. It was a 5-step process. And the idea was you select a niche, and you choose a product. And so actually, you know what? I'll tell you exactly what I did. I mean, I don't have to give you an example. I don't have to give you a hypothetical. I will just reach back into my memory. So here's the first thing I did. I was pretty interested in weight loss at the time. Actually, my whole family was. I had reached an age, unfortunately, where I started to gain some weight. My wife did too. Please don't repeat that. And so I was into like looking at different diets and things like that. So weight loss was my niche. The product I actually chose was fat loss for idiots, which I don't know if it's still being sold or not, but it was a ClickBank product. And so we created a money page, and I've shown the page that I created. I'm not going to show it tonight. Oh my God. It is still around in some places. And so I created a money page, and I'm the worst web designer on the planet. But I created the money page to promote the product with some of my personal experiences and my wife's and stuff. And we repeated that. We picked some more products and built more money pages, and we drove traffic to it. Back then, we drove traffic to it through AdWords. That's not an effective strategy anymore. And then just started building up. I mean, I got to the point where I was, spending, I can't remember the exact numbers, but, something like $30,000-$40,000 a month on paid ads. Now, obviously, I was generating a lot of revenue from that. Again, that's not the strategy that works anymore. From a traffic perspective, that's one of the things that's changed. But that's not a hypothetical. That's exactly what I did. And, it's at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. And a lot of students started generating quick and easy commissions, because it was super effective and simple. But, there were some weak spots. I mean, especially for me, having to design my own webpage, that's not something you want me doing, that's for sure. So, we felt like, look, we can make this faster and easier. People there were problems where people had problems picking niches and products, and obviously building out the money pages, that definitely becomes a hurdle for some people. And when you're just starting out, it can be, pretty time consuming and complicated. I mean, I can't tell you how long I spent on what is possibly the worst looking web page on the internet ever. And yet it was really time consuming and complex for me because I'd never done it, and I have zero artistic ability, right? So what we did is we took everything we learned from the beta release, and we added a pretty massive shortcut. And the whole idea is basically to get to the good stuff, right? Generating easy commissions, but with zero complications, all right? So what we've done is we've gotten rid of the niche research part of it. We've gotten rid of the product selection part of it. We've gotten rid of the money page part of it and the content creation. And we've basically done all of that for you.
And just to chime in there, Steve, you mentioned that your first big breakthrough using this method was with weight loss, and mine was also actually using as a student of what you were doing way back then. I was making a lot of money with woodworking. So yeah. Woodworking plans, chicken coop plans, and these things. I mean, you wouldn't even imagine that there was this market, but there was this huge market for them. And I mean, I wasn't spending quite as much as what you were spending. It was probably like a quarter of that maybe, but yeah. It was amazing. And the way that we did it back then was so much more time consuming than what we're doing now. I feel like the way that we're doing it now is just, light years ahead. And obviously the internet's changed a lot in the past 10 or 11 years. And anyway, everything that we've been talking about has got to the point where we've built Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated. Now, we Commission Blueprint Evolution was first released a while ago. This is the accelerated version, and it's the first time that we have ever been able to structure it in such a way so that we can eliminate so many of the hurdles and really allow you to put your foot on the accelerator and have us do just more of the heavy lifting for you. And this goes along with a theme that we've been working on, which is just trying to help you get out of your own way so that you can get results faster. And by getting fast results, it'll spur you on to build a bigger, better business. And that's what we're doing with Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated. So we've fine-tuned the system, boiled it down to 3 easy steps, and I'm going to go through those right now. Just before I do, though, has everything Steve said made sense to everyone so far? Did those those hurdles, did they resonate with you? Give me a yes in the chat box if you've been following along and you could see that some of the things he was saying, maybe it sounded like he was talking to you, because we see this over and over and over again. Yep, awesome. So it made sense. Good. Okay, so let me get into these 3 steps now. The first is to get your assets online, and they really are assets. And what we're doing here is we're actually giving you hand-picked niches and products. So we're doing that part for you. We're not going to send you off to say find a niche. We're going to say, look, these are the niches, these are the products, sell them. And you'll do this using our done for you money pages. So unlike what Steve did many years ago, and what Steve taught me to do, and what I was doing, creating these horrible looking pages ourselves, you can just do it now using beautiful pages that are proven to convert. And these are what we call the money pages. Now, these money pages are authority pages, and they're structured in a very specific way. And I'll give you a few examples of them in a moment. And they're really primed for conversions, leveraging lots of different tactics to strategically convert visitors into buyers. And you simply compile these pages into what we call a mini site. And then you follow a few simple steps to get everything online, and then you can get ready to make money. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to follow the traffic plan. Now, one thing that we've got really good at over the years, and I think this is really one of the keys to our business having continued to thrive and grow year on year, is that we're really good at traffic. And if you can tap into targeted visitors and get traffic coming to your website, you will make money every single time. I've never seen a website that gets a decent amount of traffic, or not even a huge amount of traffic, but a small amount of targeted traffic that doesn't make money. And that's what we teach you in step 2, which is the traffic plan. So paid traffic does work well, free traffic works well, and that's what we focus on to begin with. And then step 3 is to make money and scale. So a good aim to begin with is $1,000 per money page. And so 5 pages would give you $5,000 per month. Give me a yes in the chat box of $5,000 per month if you'd be happy with that to begin with. And even if it took you let's say it took you 3 or 4 months to get there, would you be happy with that to begin with? I know that I would have been very happy with that to begin with when I was getting started. Because look, once you do it once, you can do it over and over again. So again, just to reiterate, 1 page is $1,000 per month. So each money page, $1,000 per month. 5 of them to complete a little mini site, $5,000 per month. And then quickly, launch additional 5 pages. So that's how you go from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 up to 50,000 and beyond. And remember, everything that we're doing here is done for you. It's all mapped out for you. The niches are prepared for you. The products are picked for you based on what we know works. And achieving these numbers is actually very realistic, because the process is super fast. You're not dealing with suppliers. You're not shipping products. You're not worrying about inventory, product creation, or customers as you're selling other people's products. So there's no waiting around. You're ready to make money almost instantly, which is really, really refreshing. But there is one more critical piece of the puzzle, and this one thing could dramatically boost your income even further. And this is something that we've also done a great job of over the years. And I hope if you take one thing away from this presentation here today, it's that this one thing is super, super key. And that's that you don't only need to get traffic, but you need to capture and retain that traffic. So really important message, this one. Don't just focus on getting the traffic. Think about how you can capture it and retain it. And this is critical, because the majority of people need to see a product or an offer multiple times before they're willing to actually buy it. And the best way of making sure that they do this is by capturing their email address and following up. And these money pages, they solve that. They present the product you're offering, and then you get paid every time someone buys one. If a person leaves your page, they're presented with an incentive to at least leave their email address. So maybe they're leaving your page for now, but you've got the email address and you can market to them later, and that will convert some people at least into a buyer and into a commission. But these follow-up emails that you're going to be sending to these, these leads that you capture, they need to be written and delivered in a very specific way. Otherwise, they're basically worthless. And it's not easy to write effective sales copy or promotional emails. It's difficult and expensive to hire someone to actually do this, and not to mention, it's time consuming. But the good news is that what we've packaged up, you won't have to do any of that because we're actually doing it all for you. But just before we get into detail on that, there is one additional reason why building an email list is absolutely vital. And that's that you can send out one promotional email, or as many as you want, sort of any time, and generate instant influxes of income with close to zero work. And the reality is that once you've got a decent sized email list, you can make money at the drop of a hat. You can wake up one morning, send out an email, even if you've only got 100, 200, 300 people on your list, and you can make a lot of money. So by harnessing these simple strategies, I can safely say that you'll never be short of money again. And ever since I started harnessing them, that's been the case for me. And I'll tell you what, one of the biggest regrets that I had early on, the first 2 years, I think it was, that I was building an online business, is that I didn't worry about capturing someone's email address. I just didn't worry about that, when in reality, that was foolish, because I missed out on 2 years of being able to build that asset. So I would urge you to really listen to what we're saying here, because And this is the power of the system. You get multiple streams of income. You're not just relying on the traffic one time. You've got multiple opportunities to tap into it. And this is what Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated really does. And if you're just starting out, this is the most effective way to build a real business from the ground up. It's a great way to have an additional income stream. It doesn't require any knowledge to start. You get fast results, and you can go from start to live to commissions in a very, very short space of time. Now, there are 7 core elements to what we're doing here. And the first is what we call the done for you money pages. And you've heard me speaking about this a little bit. And they're going to give you a dramatic advantage. They've been proven to convert to the tune of hundreds of dollars per day from small amounts of traffic. And you'll get 10 different money pages that you can use, which have been created by us, promoting proven products. And you'll also get pre-written niche content and articles to build up your mini site. So this first element here, the money pages, completely done for you. This is something that I would have done anything for when I was getting started, because I had to kind of figure this out on my own through a lot of trial and error. But you're actually getting it served up on a silver platter. That's the first element. And here's a bit of a look at the way they look. Now, the thing that you might notice about these is they don't really have any distractions. They are simple pages, but they're designed in such a way that funnels people to where you need them to go, which is ultimately to buy the product. And if they don't buy the product, then there are systems in place running behind the scenes that will at least allow you to have a second chance to market to them through either their email address or a bunch of other things that we actually do there. So the second element is the software. Now, this is access to Bounce Breaker, which will allow you to build this email list and maximize your profits. Landing Page Launchpad, a really cool tool that we use every single day, and this replaces other tools like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you're using some tool like this. Maybe you're using Lead Pages already. Maybe you're using ClickFunnels. And if you are, look, this is something that can completely replace them, because I know that they've got a monthly, monthly or yearly cost. Other software too we've got included in here, and if we have time later, I'll actually show you some of the cool things we've got built into what we're talking about here. Then the traffic generation training. This is something that I'm really proud of. You're going to get comprehensive blueprint manuals and videos that reveal how to drive both free and also paid traffic. So this is where we open up the toolbox and we share everything with you. Everything, all the traffic strategies that we use day in and day out on our business. And so we cover things like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, content marketing strategies with mega blog posts, infographics, other shareable content on page, off page, search engine optimization, and everything in between. And then element number 4 is the done for you sales funnel. So these are fully mapped out so that you can maximize your commissions. And this is a bit of an art, and it's something that we've been able to perfect over time, to be quite honest. And you're going to get these done for you. They're pre-written, along with, by the way, pre-written follow-up emails that will convert your leads into buyers. So you simply add in your affiliate links, load them in to your system, and you're ready to go. Number 5 is the workshop sessions. These are strategy and Q&A workshops. We will answer the most common questions and give you training, and you'll also have instant access to the recordings as well. So if you can't join us live, then you'll always have access to this inside the members area, and you'll be able to get help from people who've done this successfully and earned 6, even 7 figures with this big business model on these workshops and the super strategy manuals. Now, these are secret techniques that you can leverage to double, triple, or even quadruple your income. Step-by-step manuals with secrets that we personally use to generate up to $5,000 or more per day. And these are tactics that we've never made available to the public before. And then there's social support through our private community. And you're going to be getting 6 weeks of incredible training and content. That's at the core of what we're talking here in Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated. You'll get access to your first 3 money pages in week 1, okay, this week. And you get everything given to you online. You'll be able to get all online in week 1. In week 2, you'll get access to other money pages, and you'll be able to add in these as well. And then we'll focus on the funnels, the traffic, and the conversion. So you get your money pages up, and then you'll focus on the traffic, and the conversions will come from that, and you'll get commissions. Okay, so it's really, really simple, and we'll cover it all in a 6-week program here. And you don't need to create or buy any physical products. There are no barriers to entry. You don't need to talk to people. All you need to do actually is just follow the process, and you'll be building a real business that you could sell on later for multiples of the profit. So it's a worthwhile thing to be working on. So how could this help you? Look, if you're a newbie just getting started out, or you failed before, then this is a way that you can hit the reset button. You can set up a brand new profitable venture and make money with it. And it's something you can run alongside anything else that you might have going. It's easy and fast to get results because, you're leveraging other people's products. And so you really can go from start to live to income very, very quickly. And if you're a newbie, this is the fastest, cheapest, and most risk-free way to build up your real business, and you can absolutely get to $100,000 or more with this. Now, if you've already been running a business online for a while, or are running another business right now, this is a way that you can increase the profits and also diversify. So tap into an additional income stream. And Steve mentioned this, but we've got, I think it's like 6 or 7 different businesses right now that all make money for us, and they're all diversified from one another, and we love them all for different reasons. And this is a really good way that you can diversify and create something completely separate from your current business and earn more money as a result. Or maybe you're someone, like I say, that just needs a fresh start, and Commission Blueprint is the perfect way to do that. So some good news for you. Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated will be part of our online marketing classroom members area. Now, if you're a part of online marketing classroom members, if you're an online marketing classroom member, you will get this. You won't. It's just going to be included in what you've got. And Online Marketing Classroom has been running for 10 years. In fact, it's over 10 years. And it was really my turning point, my breakthrough when I got started with Online Marketing Classroom. And I can still remember when I signed up in October 2008. You can actually see my receipt there from ClickBank of me signing up at 2:24 p.m. in the afternoon on the 27th of October to this Online Marketing Classroom. And it gave me focus. It gave me the ability to plan. It gave me building skills and the support that I needed to really get life-changing results. And then, a few years later, many years later, I actually joined forces with Steve, and here we are working on this today. And it's something that I'm personally really proud of. And Online Marketing Classroom shares the exact strategies, business plans, and marketing formulas that we use to run our 7-figure per month business. And not only will you get access to all of the components of Commission Blueprint Evolution, that's what we've been talking about here today, right? That's the method we've been talking about here today. That's what we're going to be covering in the next 6 weeks. You'll also get instant and ongoing access to the online business education systems within Online Marketing Classroom, which we've been working on and perfecting for over a decade. So let's look at what you get in Online Marketing Classroom here, and we'll recap it all so you make it crystal clear for you in just a moment. So Online Marketing Classroom is built around 6 key components, and these things are designed to accelerate your results and give you an edge over the competition. So we've got an amazing community. We've got the business labs. I'll talk about these in a second. We've got some special resources, tools, tutorials, and live monthly workshops. So the business labs to begin with. We've got 6 different business labs, and these each contain in-depth training tools, workshops, and templates, and they are standalone business model mastery curriculum. So if you want to get into affiliate marketing, then you can go into the affiliate marketing business lab and learn how we do it. If you want to get into Kindle, then you can go into the Kindle Marketing Business Lab and learn how we do it. If you want to get into selling your own physical products on Amazon, go into the Amazon White Label Lab and find out how we do it. So this is where we take all the different business models that we work on, and we roll them up and we put them in here in Online Marketing Classroom in the different business labs sections. And then you've got tutorials and cheat sheets. So these are step-by-step operating procedures categorized into 3 different areas: traffic, conversions, and cash flow. And we add to these every single month. We've got how-to guides, private case studies, process maps, conversion strategies, traffic cheat sheets, cash flow cheat sheets, and much, much more in here. And if we have time later, I'll show you some of them. But this is what it looks like inside the members area. You can see a bunch of different, well, you can see 3 different of the different, examples of the training there, and there's many, many more. And like I say, I'll show you in there a little bit later here. Then we've got live monthly workshops. These are where you jump on with Steve or me or both of us, and we go through new methods and things that we're working on right now. So this is how you keep your finger on the pulse of what's working in online business, and you can implement what we're doing into your business. So it helps you stay up to date with the online landscape. And I think we all know that online businesses, it's just changing all the time. There's always something new that you need to be staying up to date with, and that's how we keep you up to date on that. And every single month we do one of these, and you'll have access to all the months we've done in the past. And then software and tools. We're constantly developing and rolling out new software and tools, and we've got a few sort of flagship software tools built into Online Marketing Classroom that you can only get inside there. Otherwise, you'd be paying monthly for them. Like the viral search tool, where you can scan the web for content pieces and use them on your website. So you can find the content pieces that are working best and then leverage them yourself. Blackbird, this is an entire Amazon FBA software and training suite where we've got 72 different videos teaching you about how to get up and selling physical products on Amazon. Advanced tracking, opportunity finder, keyword finder. This alone is an incredibly in-depth and amazing piece of software and training, and you're getting access to it. Here's what the dashboard of Blackbird looks like. It's going to help you run your Amazon physical product business, or help you grow one if you want to do that. Other software and tools like the Trustify seals. These are things that you can add to your website to add to the trust that people have when they visit, and this helps boost conversions. Traffic Spy, this is our traffic and analytics tool, and you'll get free tracking for some of your websites. And then we've got case studies and internal courses, and we've got complete. This is Outsource Mastery. This is a complete standalone course inside of Online Marketing Classroom, where through 7 modules we show you how we leverage outsourcing in our business. And I can't remember the number. I think we've got like 57 or 62. I can't remember the number of employees at this point. And this is how we've done it. This is how we've been able to build up that team little by little in a safe and secure way and get so much done in one day. So this is huge. And if I just back up 1 second, we've got a different training module called the 60-day challenge. We've got the Natural Earth Kitchen case study. I mean, this stuff is amazingly valuable, and everything that we've said so far is just scratching the surface. So what's it all worth? And let me give you a bit of a recap. Commission Blueprint Evolution, that's what we spoke about during the first 45 minutes or so. And this is the done-for-you money pages, the custom software, the traffic generation blueprints, the funnels, the workshop sessions, the super strategy manuals, support, and the Facebook group. Now, this has got a value of $16,497 if you were to add up all of those different components. And this is the program that we're recommending that you work through the next 6 weeks. Now, Online Marketing Classroom, you're also going to get access to this at no extra cost, because Commission Blueprint Evolution is actually delivered inside the Online Marketing Classroom training. Now, if you're already an Online Marketing Classroom member, then fantastic. You're going to get access to Commission Blueprint Evolution. But if you're not, and you do end up jumping into this, then this is what you're going to get as part of Online Marketing Classroom. You're going to get the business labs, the tutorials and cheat sheets, the live workshop sessions, in-house software suite, case studies and internal courses, plus the support and monthly updates that increase the value of Online Marketing Classroom every single month. Remember, this is something that Steve started in 2008, and I came into as a member myself, a paying member myself in 2008, and was my turning point, Online Marketing Classroom. So you're getting Online Marketing Classroom, and you're also getting Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated as a 2-pack combo here. And the value here is $55,482. And what we've really tried to put together here is like an MBA of online business, and you're getting everything that you could possibly need to succeed online now and in the future. And this is a very small window of opportunity, because the training is actually starting, and we've got 3 critical limitations that I want you to know about. The first is that we can only take a small number of people into Commission Blueprint Evolution, because we're going to be providing dedicated personal support to that. And in addition to that, we've got 3 action taker bonuses that people who act right here today are going to get, and only the first 25 people are going to get the second one, and I'll explain why that is in just a second. So the first bonus that people who jump in today are going to get are the private mastermind sessions, and this is for everyone who joins today, and this session will include advanced tactics on how to rapidly generate more profits by scaling your business. And we literally will be sharing every last strategy, formula, and methodology that we know of to help you generate more money and revenue. That's got a value of $497. Now, the second bonus, and this is for the first 25 people who jump in today, is beta access to Hawkeye, one of our new secret weapon software tools, which helps us identify and analyze different affiliate options and products that we could be selling. Now, this is very valuable as well. It's got a value of $497. And then the third action taker bonus is Phase X, which shows you how to take your business to the next level. It's an execution plan that once you're up and running, making money, you can tap into to, like I say, to take things to a whole new level. So you'll have access to that as well. So here's a full recap of everything that you're getting here. Okay, you're getting everything that you need as part of Commission Blueprint Evolution. You're getting the Online Marketing Classroom access and all of the bonuses as well. And remember that Online Marketing Classroom is something that we add to every single month. So the value of that program actually increases every single month. And it's extremely limited. It has to be. You're going to see that we're doing a very special deal for you here today, which we have never actually done before. And we can't take on more than 50 people, because we're going to be working through Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated in a small group and kind of guiding you along week by week here. So spaces are going to fill up fast. And this is massively valuable. I also want you to know that this is only something that you won't find this anywhere else. This is only something that we're opening up to subscribers who are on our list, and that's you, okay? So for this level of training, help, and attention, we would usually charge thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Plus, you're also going to have all of the training, ongoing lifetime updates, to the content, the software, and everyone else. And this is going to set you up to be able to build multiple businesses and earn multiple 6 figures if you want to in the months and years to come. But you won't pay $55,482. Obviously, we want to make this as affordable as possible and a fair deal for you. And you won't pay $4,997. Now, you can get access today for 2 years of all the monthly updates to everything that we've shown you here today for $1,497. And you can see the link on the screen there, onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go. We're going to put that in the chat box. And what I want you to know is that you've got 60 days to test this out for yourself. Okay. So inside of 60 days, you can take this for a test drive. You can, the funny thing is you can actually go through Commission Blueprint Evolution in that time and figure out if it's right for you. So you can go through the training and look, no hard feelings. If you decide that it's not for you, then you can get your money back. That's fine. That's just part of the deal here, because we want you to feel 100% secure in jumping into this. And we think that, you're going to love what you're getting here, and you're going to want to continue on with us and keep building your business. So other people that have come into this, I mean, they've been crushing it. Like Nikos, who, he added 189,000 subscribers to his email list and built his first $1 million online using the training that we gave him. Rory, the first thing he did online to generate profits was what we're talking about right here. Kelly grew a 7-figure business in 18 months using our training. Chris, they changed my life, and he's been with us ever since. Chris is working from home full time, and he's built a lucrative 6-figure business. And Steve from the UK says that he's been a member since 2009 in this actually, and he says that we consistently over delivered and with stuff that actually works. So this does work. And remember, with the Commission Blueprint Evolution training, you don't need to create or buy any physical products. There are no barriers to entry. You don't need to talk to people. You simply follow the process, and you'll be building a real business. So you can go ahead and jump in right now, onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go. We're going to get that in the chat box for you, and we would love to have you with us. But I want to remind you that this is strictly limited to 50 people, and the reason for that is because we're not. This is something that we want to take a small number of people through. We know that for a certain group of people, it's going to be a game changer, but we're going to do a better job taking a small number of people through. And this is not available to the public. This is only available to our list, and this is how you can get in today. If you're a newbie and have failed before, then this is something you can use to get started right now. By the way, if you're jumping in right now, please type "I'm in" or "I'm in process" in the chat box so that we know about those action taker bonuses that I was mentioning a moment ago. Okay, and if you've got a question right now, then you can type that in as well. And if you'd like to see inside the members area, I'll take you in there and show you around in a second. But let me know if you're jumping in, or if you're in the process of jumping in, or if you've got a question. Now's the time to put that in. But like I say, if you're a newbie just starting out, then this is a great way to go, because you're getting access to the templates and a system that we've been using for over a decade now. And it is possible to build a very lucrative 6-figure business with this. I mean, we do, some months we do 6 figures with this, but every month we do over $50,000 with this model. So it's absolutely proven, tried and tested, and it just works really, really well. Now, if you're running another business, then you can use this to increase the profits. Remember, you're getting access to Online Marketing Classroom as well, which is a wealth of information that covers all areas of online business. And maybe you're just someone that needs a fresh start, and Commission Blueprint can absolutely give that to you. So we will take some Q&A right now. And just before I do, I'll come back and I'll find a slide that I can leave this on for you, just that sort of recaps everything that you're getting here. Just bear with me for a second. I think I've got one down here. Here we go. So I'll leave this slide up here. You can see the link down here, onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go. This is where you can go ahead and jump in. Actually, type your questions in, and just while you're doing that, I'm going to go over to the web, because I want to show you how you go about jumping in and just what that looks like. So I am on the web now, and you can see the browser is just opening here, and you can see that you've got this option, onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go, and you're going to be taken here. Now, when you come to this page, you'll see that it's through ClickBank, so it's trusted and secure. You can pay in a multiple of ways, and here's a summary of everything that you're getting, and you're getting that for $1,497. That's going to give you 2 years of access. And look, once that 2 years, firstly, is a long time. There's plenty of time to build an enormous big business. The other thing I'll tell you about 2 years is if you break that down to what the cost per day, you're looking at about $2. I think it's $2.05 or something per day to be a part of this. And I tell you what, we can certainly make you earn more than $2 a day. Okay, we can make you earn hundreds or thousands of dollars a day if you jump into this. So this is how you come in here, click add to cart, and you'll be taken through to ClickBank, and you'll see that you can pay with credit card or PayPal or however you want to pay. Enter your information, and you are good to go. So we are going to take some questions now, and I do want to congratulate some people who have gone ahead and jumped in. So let me do that right now. I'm going to read out some of the names. We've had, let's see, we've had Daniel, Amy, Candy, Jeff, Jeffrey, Billy, Roger, Corey, Jana, David, Christine, Anthony, Deborah, Johannes, William, John, Mark, Max, Colleen, Ronnie, Hugo, Harold, Jose, Bruce, Vernon, Magnus, David, Seb, David, James, Jonathan, wow, Yvonne, and John have jumped in. Guys, congratulations. I think that's amazing. Thank you so much for putting your trust in us. And I would love to know why you jumped in as well. So let us know in the question box, what was it that you liked about this that has made you jump in? And for those of you that are still jumping in, please let us know that you are in process, and please circle back and let us know when you have finished jumping in, because we do need to talk about these bonuses that you're seeing here, okay? And maybe on that note, Steve, we can go through some of the common questions that you've been seeing there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got been collecting a few. First of all, there've been a lot of people asking, is there any discount available for Parallel Profits or Seven-Figure Cycle members? And unfortunately, the answer is no. This program is a lot of work from all of us, and we don't discount it ever. It's constantly being updated. It's been around for, as Aidan said, 10 years, and it just goes on forever. There's just a tremendous amount of work that goes into it, into the online marketing classroom. So we never discount it, unfortunately. Apologize for that. Another question is, a lot of people are asking, is it possible to do this and Parallel Profits together? There are people concerned about lack of focus and getting distracted. And I think that it's an absolute legitimate concern. So I don't want to, ignore it. What I'll tell you is that these were the two models that I started with, and working on both of them in parallel served me well. I think it will serve some people well, and others it might be a distraction. So I'm not sure that I can make a blanket, statement for you. I think you need to, figure it out. But for me, all I can say is that it was the magic combination, quite frankly. So, is there a limit to how many money pages and websites and all that kind of stuff you can have? Definitely not. There were a couple people that were confused that trying to figure out, is this an Amazon affiliate kind of a business model? And it is not. Do you need to be an expert in the niche? Absolutely not. I think that pretty much all of the niches that we all made money on, we were not experts on. You do tend to learn about them as you make money with them. You'd be surprised at how interesting woodworking might become to you if you're suddenly making a nice income from it. I know I have zero interest in it right now, but I might if I was making money. Are the email leads ours, or do we share them with you? No, they're totally yours. This is your stuff to do, your leads and everything. There were a couple of people that were saying, well, I don't have a list. Yeah, I mean, I get it. We didn't have one when we started either. Aidan was talking about that. He's like, kicking himself that he didn't start earlier collecting, building the list. So yeah, you don't have to have a list to start out with. But then also, if you don't ever start building one, you will be sure that you're never going to have one. So that's okay that you don't have one now. Can this be used for niches outside the ones that are, sort of pre-selected and talked about and provided and all that kind of stuff? Absolutely. The concepts are totally transferable to any niche product combination. Yes, so you can definitely do that. Let's see. How much time will this take? So this is one of those things that you can, even more than, a course like Parallel Profits or anything like that, you can go so much at your own pace. I mean, you could do, like an hour a week or 20 hours a week. Now, obviously, the more you put in, the more you'll get out of it. But I mean, if you only had, like 3 hours a week or something like that, I mean, you could totally make some huge progress with that kind of time commitment. So it's not a big time commitment at all. Let's see. Those are the big ones that I saw. Aiden, did you see any more pop up when I've been going through these?
I'm not. Did you get the one about how much time? I'm not
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Just answered that one. Let's see.
I've just been busy typing away furiously in the background here. And guys, if you have if you haven't jumped in yet but are planning on it, just go ahead and jump in right now so that you can circle back and let us know once you're actually in, so that we can have a record in the chat log here of that you have jumped in. Mort says, can we modify the funnel? Absolutely, you can modify the funnel. What else do we have here? A few people have been saying that they're worried if they're actually going to be able to do it, and I completely get that, because especially if you've struggled in the past, it can be kind of daunting to jump into something new and worry that you're going to struggle again. But look, this is about as simple as it gets, because you're just plugging into our systems, our exact pages. I mean, it's as close to fill in the blanks as you can possibly get here. Yeah, I think you can absolutely do it. Will this work? I'm in New Zealand. Yes, you will. And I got started with this actually when I was in New Zealand. And I'll tell you what, it's come a long way since then, 11 years ago. So, yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. We've got people in all corners of the globe who are working this model at this point. I don't understand what it is. Okay, so let me see if I can use a couple of really, really simple examples here, because there are two main parts, right? So there's Commission Blueprint Evolution. And what we're doing there is building these mini pages, these money pages and a little mini site, and we're driving very targeted traffic at them. And when we do that, we can have them converting at a few percentage points. So maybe you drive 100 visitors and you get 3 sales, and each one of those sales might be worth $50 to you. So, 3 sales a day, and you could be looking at $150 a day from this simple little money page, right? And it doesn't take much traffic to get you to the point where you're making $1,000 a month from this simple little money page. In fact, if we work that out, I'm going to pull up my my calculator here just to show you the math behind it. It's I think it's like $33 a day or something, but let me just pull this up and we'll break it down. So just opening up here, and I can't see it. That's great. There it is. So $1,000 a month divided by 30 days from each money page. That's $33 a day from a money page. Now, to make $33, we always aim to get $1 per visitor. So do you think that you could get 33 visitors to your page using the traffic strategies that we've got? Of course you could. Of course you could. So if you can get 33 visitors, you can make $33. If you get 20 visitors a day, maybe you make $20 a day. But you can absolutely get to $33 a day on each page, and that's all you really need to do to get to $1,000 from one of these money pages. So Commission Blueprint Evolution is our packaged up business in a box, all about how you can earn commissions selling other people's products with these simple mini sites. That's what that's about. Online Marketing Classroom, the next one down here, is like an online MBA or something, like an thorough, comprehensive online training program to give you mastery over all the different components and elements and strategies of Online Marketing Classroom. It's like an encyclopedia that you can dip into and pull things out when you need to, okay? And that's what that is all about. And that's what we've been building for a decade. So the main components in there are business labs, tutorials and cheat sheets, live workshops, in-house software suite, case studies, and much, much more. So hopefully that answers that one. In fact, if you would like to see inside Online Marketing Classroom, give me a yes in the chat box, and I'll be able to just go off script here a little bit and show you around. But I want to make sure there are enough people that actually want to see that before I just go and do it. Maureen says, what if something goes wrong? Well, that's what we're here for, Maureen. And oh, by the way, you've got that 60-day money-back guarantee. You can contact us at any time. Also, you can contact us through our support community. So it's not just our support desk, but also our support community. And we're there. I mean, I'm there every single day in that community helping people out. A few people were just talking about cost. Now, what I want you to know is everything that you're seeing on this screen here, the value is it's just astronomical. The real value that you're getting. And the cost of getting it works out to be about $2 per day. That's what it is. We're offering it to you for $1,497 for 2 years worth of access, which I think is, it's hard. It's really hard to do much better than that, to be honest with you. What else have we got here? You know what, I could always do it later. Well, you could do it later, but you still need to jump in right now, because this is not something that you're going to be able to jump into later. This is something that we're making available now, Commission Blueprint Evolution, accelerated, and you won't be able to just decide to do it later unless you're actually in later. Now, if you're busy right now working through something else, you can always come back to this later and do it later, but you do still need to at least get in right now. Okay, so lots of people saying they would like to see on the inside. Steve, maybe while I'm doing a quick tour of the inside, you can see what other questions we've got there, and we could get to them in a second. And guys, don't wait to jump in while we're talking here. I can still see we've got a lot of people on the call here. Those bonus spots and just the access spots are filling up very quickly here. So I would like for you to finish jumping in if you have decided to jump in. So let me jump on the inside here for just a second. I'll just rearrange my screen a little bit. Now I'm going to leave this area of this here up, so I'm not going to expand my screen entirely because I want you to be able to see this link down here. But this here is what you'll see on the inside. This is the members area. It's an amazing members area with lots and lots of different things in here. It's very easy to navigate around. You'll never have an issue finding anything, and it's got just a ton of different components. So let's say that you're building a business, and remember, this is Online Marketing Classroom, and Commission Blueprint Evolution Accelerated is going to appear down here as one of these internal courses. So you're getting access to that as part of this. Okay. So let's say that you really want to get into outsourcing. Then what would you do? You would come down and have a look at this outsourcing mastery training, and in here you'll see the different modules. This is module 1, and you can see the welcome video from me, and Steve and I have done all of this training. We don't like outsource this stuff or anything, and this is all about how we've built up a team of, I lose track, of 57, 62 team members at this point in time, and then you work through the modules. So module 1's got, 5 videos. Module 2's got 3 videos. Module 3 has got 6 videos, and a seventh one there, which is a spreadsheet, and so on and so forth. So this particular part of Online Marketing Classroom is all about outsourcing. Now, maybe you want to have a look at the tutorials. So, and I just haven't loaded this page properly, but you can see some of the different tutorials here. So, traffic, Alexa, chat boxes. Gain leads by up viral contests, lots of stuff about Facebook. This is all about traffic, this first section. If I scroll down a little bit further, we get to cash flow. So 35 e-commerce hacks. If you're doing e-commerce, well, you could dive into that, and I can guarantee you'll find something there that you can do to boost your profits. Or 10 business growth hacks, a presentation where we ran through 10 things that you can do right now to start growing your business. And scroll down even further, and we get to the next section, which is all about conversions. So how to write a sales letter that converts, creating a customer profile. These are like real deal strategies. These are not flash in the pan things. These are things that stand the test of time. The psychology of selling, that's not going to change. The influencer marketing blueprint, 23, blog post starter examples, and you'll come down into one of these, and you'll be able to download the entire manual, and you'll be able to see what it's all about. Okay, and then inside the labs, you go one level deeper, and you see lots of other things. Like in the Kindle marketing one, we go down even deeper here, you'll see you've got the Kindle cash flow cheat sheet and a special webinar all about that. And we've also got tools there as well, and it's a similar deal for affiliate marketing and everything else in here. And then if we have a look at just see the tools here. I mean, the tools that you're getting access to are amazing. I mean, Blackbird, Hawkeye, Landing Page Launchpad, these are not additional costs. Okay, these are all included in what you're going to get for what worked out at a couple of bucks a day. And we haven't had chance to talk about all of these because we can't do that just on one webinar. But we've got a ton of different tools in here. We maintain all of these. Landing Page Launchpad is just amazing. If you're currently paying for something like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels, then this is a way that you can save that money and just use Landing Page Launchpad. It's a point and click, really easy to use piece of software. Okay, so that's a quick little tour there. Steve, I know you've been answering questions furiously there, but have you got a few more that we can go through now?
I do. Okay, so people are asking, I don't understand, where do we find products that people may want us to sell for them? One of the easiest places to go is ClickBank. So if you just go to ClickBank, you can see that they're readily available. There are, I don't know how many, there are thousands and thousands of different products that you can sell for people. Not only digital products, but also physical products. It's, most of the time, that's where I got my start. In fact, honestly, I don't know that I've really ventured out much from ClickBank. There are a couple other places that we tried a few from, but it's just, it's more of a hassle. It's just easy to stay with ClickBank. So there's tons of them there. Other people were saying, well, how do you know these products actually sell? Now that part's easy because ClickBank offers, they offer some intelligence, analytics about what products are actually selling. But we also have a very, very close and really, really good relationship with ClickBank. I regularly visit their headquarters, and believe me, it's the only. Well, I shouldn't say it's the only reason I go to Boise. It is a lovely city. Anyway, we've got a very close relationship with them, and we're constantly sort of begging for data and information and talking to them about what products sell. So there's a lot of information available to the public and more to us about what products are selling. If down the line we found a niche that we wanted to try out, do you guys offer a service to build a new page for us at some sort of other cost? You really won't need that. I mean, I think at that point you'd be able to sort of clone what you already have. Or just go on, use our outsourced mastery course to figure out how to hire an outsourcer to do that very quickly and very easily with all the resources that we give you. A couple of people are asking just because they're excited and they're like, but I'm already an online marketing classroom member. Just to clarify, if I'm already a member, I already get this stuff, right? Yep. That's the beauty of Online Marketing Classroom. We have been updating this tirelessly for 10 years. And if you're a member, you get all the updates. You don't have to re-buy in, okay? People are asking, is this an e-commerce course? This particular course, what we're talking about here, is not e-commerce. It doesn't mean you can't sell physical products, but it's not e-commerce in the traditional way of, private label or wholesale model or anything like that. So no, it's not what you're thinking of when you think of e-commerce. It's a much simpler business model than that. Are there any in-app purchases? I think basically this is a way of people are asking, okay, great, there's all these tools, there's all these, but are those upsells or those? There are none of those things. There's no incremental costs. There's no in-app purchases. There's no purchase to make this even better or anything like that. We never do that kind of stuff ever. People are asking, when is the first training session? It is there right now. There's training available now. Over the next few days, more and more of the training will be there, and you can start right away, and you can go at your own pace.
Steve, maybe what I can do now, a few people have been asking for a recap. So maybe what I'll do is just one last recap for everyone, and then I think if we could take a few more questions if there are any, and hopefully by then everyone will have enough information to make an informed decision. So I'll do that, but I wanna do something else here. I want to put a 10-minute countdown timer on, and the reason I'm doing this is because it's too easy just to sit back and kind of wait, and just wait for something to happen and not make a decision, basically. But I want you to make a decision one way or another here today, because that's really how you get ahead in life, by actually making decisions. And the people that get ahead, like I say, they're the people that make decisions and take action, not wait on the sidelines. So I want you to promise yourself now that by the time that countdown timer that you can see on the left of your screen, let me just pull that up and I'll just reset that and start it. I want you to make a decision one way or another whether you're going to jump into this, and obviously we would love to have you with us, but if you decide it's not right for you, that's fine as well. But don't leave this today without making a decision, because otherwise you've just wasted a couple of hours of your life and you've really done yourself a disservice. So one way or another, make an informed decision here. And the first thing I'll say is that you do have 60 days to test this out. Okay, and the training for Commission Blueprint Evolution is going to be delivered over a period of about 6 or 7 weeks. So you'll be able to go through that training. Okay, and you can jump in right now by going to onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go. Now, if at any time while I'm talking you've got a question which you just need answered and you're on the fence, you're thinking about jumping in, I want you to type fence in big capital letters in the question box and type why you're on the fence, okay? Because Steve's there in the background, and he's going to be able to help answer any questions that you may have like that, okay? So let me recap things here. The first component of Commission Blueprint Evolution is the done for you money pages. And these are going to give you a huge advantage because, well, they're done for you. And not only that, but they have been absolutely tried and tested. I mean, we've sent, I don't know, probably millions of visitors to these pages by now, and we've been split testing them the whole time. So we really do know what works. And you're going to get 10 different money pages created by us. These are things that we use in our business. You'll be able to modify these and use them to promote proven products. And you'll also get pre-written niche content and articles to build up what we call the mini site. Okay, that's the first element of Commission Blueprint Evolution. And you can see what some of these money pages look like here. The second is the software. So this is access to Bounce Breaker and a whole bunch of other strategic software tools. Now, some of the software tools are specific to Commission Blueprint Evolution, and others are part of Online Marketing Classroom in this tool suite, where you can see you're getting a whole range of different tools, all included in what we're talking about here. Okay, so the software is just tremendous. Traffic generation training, we have really nailed this over the years, and this is, like I say, it's one of the reasons why we've succeeded where a lot of other people haven't, is because we know how to get traffic. And part of what we're doing in Commission Blueprint and Online Marketing Classroom is to try to educate you on all the things that work for us. And traffic is, as we so often say, the lifeblood of any business. Online, offline, doesn't matter. Traffic needs to be there. So as long as you can get traffic, and if you can learn how to convert that traffic and earn $1 per visitor, which is exactly what we show you how to do, then you're going to be good for many years to come, because these traffic strategies, they really stand the test of time, and we're updating them all the time as well. And then you've got the done for you sales funnels. So this is where you maximize the value per visitor. You're going to be using our done for you lead magnets to convert traffic to leads, our pre-written follow-up emails to convert those leads into buyers. And all you need to do is modify them ever so slightly by putting your affiliate link in, load them up, and you're ready to go. And we're going to show you how to do this every step of the way. And then you've got the workshop sessions, live Q&A sessions with me, with Steve, with other, expert coaches that we have on our team, just to make sure that you're not getting lost along the way. Okay. We've got super strategy manuals. These share, series of secret techniques and things that you can leverage in order to maximize, your income. And these are tactics that we haven't made public to anyone before in any of the other programs that we've ever come out with. And on top of all this, you've got the social support. So an amazing private Facebook community, email help. We're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, ready to help you. We've got an amazing support desk, and I think the average ticket is resolved in like 57 minutes or something. I can't remember what the statistic was, but I saw it the other day, and it's really, really amazing. So I think you'll find the support that we offer to be great. And like I say, 6 weeks of incredible training and content. In week 1, you can get everything online, and week 1 starts today. Okay, so tomorrow, as of tomorrow, in fact, you'll be able to go in the members area. You'll be able to see week 1 in there, and you're going to be able to get going. And that's it. In week 2, you're going to be able to continue building things out, and you're going to be able to get to making money fast. Okay, that's the whole objective here. And you've had a look around an online marketing classroom already, and you can see that it's comprehensive. It's like an encyclopedia which you can dip into whenever you need to know something to help you run your business and make more money. And the value is just tremendous. And you're getting these 3 bonuses, and I don't know exactly where we're at right now, but we must be getting close to hitting our limits. But you're going to get these 3 bonuses. And like I said, I don't know where we are at, but if you're in right now, or if you're going to jump in now before this gets down to 0 here, we'll make sure that regardless of how many are in, you're going to get these extra this extra bonus. Okay. And then bonus number 3 is Phase X. Okay. So full recap of what you're getting the Commission Blueprint Evolution training, you're getting the online marketing classroom training, and all of the bonuses that we've mentioned as well. And this is everything that you need to succeed. But you do need to take the leap of faith if you want to get in, because this is a limited window of time that you'll have to be able to jump into this, and we'd love to have you with us. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to make that decision to jump in. And I know it can be scary when you're, doing something new that you haven't done before, but that's really when the magic happens, when you go outside your comfort zone and try something new. And if everything that you've done up until now over the past few years hasn't got you to where you want to get to online, then the very best thing that you can do is try something different. And this is a system that Steve has been using since 2008. Or even earlier than that, 2003, he really started using this. And I started using this system in 2008, and I came into online marketing classroom in 2008, and it really changed my life because, it gave me the tools and systems and thought process that I really needed to be able to make this happen, and build a multi-million-dollar business. So you can do the same thing, but you do need to jump in and take the leap of faith. Now, we are going to finish this up in 2 minutes and 54 seconds. If you've made up your decision already that you're jumping in, or maybe you've made up your decision that it's not right for you, just let me know in the question box, because I would like to congratulate a few more people that have decided to jump in here. And I can see that we've had, just read out a few names. We've had Kidwana, Renee, Harold, Glade, Deborah, Bill, Julie, Kelly, Matthew, Annalisa, Thomas, Travis, Paul, and John have just jumped in. So thank you, guys. And if you're in the process of jumping in, then you can just let me know once you have actually circled back to jump in. And I do want you to make up your mind in the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And by doing that, we'll make sure that you get these bonuses. And after that, we're going to wrap up here. Now, if we haven't got to your question, it's just because we've still got hundreds and hundreds of people on this call, and it's just a little bit overwhelming. But I know Steve's been doing his best there. Steve, have any, like I say, I know you've been pretty overwhelmed there, but have any others come up that are quite common that we can answer for people, or?
I think I'm getting a lot of repeats, honestly, of all the common ones we've already gone through. I think that the one repeat that I'm getting a couple more times here is just, I'm just not sure. I don't understand it all, so I'm not sure if I can make it work. And the only thing I'll say to that is, really, what do you have to lose? Because you get in there and you can kick the tires and see if it's something that you think you can make work, and you can try it out and test drive it, and there's really just no downside whatsoever. So I would encourage you to, just jump in and give it a go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's another good point, actually. Sometimes when I'm looking at a new opportunity, I ask myself, what's the worst that could happen? And the worst that could happen here is you come in, you take a look around. If you decide that's not right for you, well, you got 60 days to test it out. You can get your money back, and nothing lost. Just a little bit of your time for taking a look on the inside. But I know that there are some people that are on this workshop now that are going to jump in, and they're going to look back and they're going to remember this day, and they jumped in, and maybe it changes the course of your online business. Something that you wouldn't have done before. So you're trying something new, which is good if you want to get different results than what you've got in the past. Okay, and I feel like I do know that $1,497. It's not cheap. It's a significant amount of money, but you're getting so much here that we can't do better than that, and that gets you in for what's equivalent of about $2 per day. So I hope that you can see the value there that we're giving you. And again, just to thank everyone who has gone ahead and jumped in. Let's see if I've got any others that I can see here. You will have immediate access to the Done For You money pages as of tomorrow. Okay. Maximum time to start making money from this. Well, it all depends on how you can get your website up this week. Okay. And then the thing that's going to determine how fast you make money is how fast you turn on the traffic systems. And that's going to be different for everyone. If you really dive straight into this aggressively, then you could be getting visitors coming in, the next day after your website is up, in which case you could be making money then. And then once you do make money, it depends where the products that you're selling, like what platform they're on. If they're on ClickBank, for example, then ClickBank normally pays out 7 days later. So you can make a sale tomorrow and get paid out in 7 days time. That's kind of how it works. Seeing what else we've got here. I'm a newbie and I've never done this before, Charles. I fully get that, buddy. And look, all I'll say is we've tried to make this as newbie friendly and just sort of hold your hand and sort of guide you along as best we possibly can. And the other thing I'll say is that we've got an amazing support team, and we'll be there helping you every step of the way. So the way that we're doing the training is a little bit different. So you'll have training in there ready to go for Commission Blueprint Evolution as of tomorrow. But online marketing classroom stuff is already in there, so you can start. You can go through this at your own pace. It's kind of a choose your own course, go at your own pace type of a deal here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you so much for being here with us, and thanks to everyone who has put your trust in us. Hopefully, you've made a decision one way or another. We'd love to have you. This offer is not going to be available much longer. This is just a special offer that we've been running to our list of subscribers. You won't find it anywhere else. But if you go to that link, onlinemarketingclassroom.com/go, and you see that you can still get in, then I'll make sure, we'll figure out a way to make sure that you get these bonuses. I don't want to, punish you if you've been shifting money around or need to speak to your husband or wife or something like that. So as long as you do that while that link is still active, then you can get in. But I will just warn you that that link is not going to be active for much longer, because once we do hit our capacity here, we will shut that down, because the whole idea of this is that we're going to be working through with a small group of people. Okay, and that's how we've structured it, and that's how we want to run it. So we would love to have you with us, but you don't have that much time to jump in. And look, I know there are people saying, "Can you answer my question?" There's been so many people, like hundreds and hundreds of questions coming in almost, every couple of minutes or so. So if we have missed it, I'm really, really sorry about that. But we've done our best to try to get the common ones here. And I'll just urge you, if you do have more questions, then jump on in, because you've got nothing to lose, and you can certainly get the answers once you're on the inside. And if you decide that it's not for you, then like I say, you've got nothing to lose and you can get your money back. So that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and I look forward to seeing and working with many of you on the inside over the weeks
Aiden,
and months to come. Yes, Steve.
we have that free download.
Oh yeah. So let me find that. 1 second. I've got it in here somewhere.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the chat box. Just bear with me for a second here.
Yep.
So the download, and thanks for reminding me, it's 101 hard-hitting copywriting hacks. So I mentioned that it was something that could work for anyone in any business, and I think this is absolutely applicable to any business. Okay, so you can find that. I'm typing this in the chat box, and I'll broadcast this out in a second. So let me just double check I've got that right. So I've just put that in the chat box here, and let me see if I can somehow bring up that link on my screen so that you can see it, just in case you missed what I put in the chat box, and then we should be good to go. Just 1 second, guys.
I can show my slide if you wanted.
I've got it here, Steve. Don't worry.
Okay.
And here it is, finally. So you should be able to see it there. This is the link that you can go to get it, and I did put it in the chat box as well. So download here. Okay, so that's a really useful resource, which I hope will serve you well. And grab that today. And like I say, you've probably got a little bit of time to think about this, but not long at all, because this will sell out very quickly, I think, and we'll be working with you on the inside. So that's it from us today, guys. Thank you for being here, and look forward to talking to everyone soon.